In the serene meadows of Pahalgam, a deadly assault shattered the peace, leaving 26 dead and over 20 wounded. But this was no ordinary attack. It was a calculated strike that would ripple across borders and ignite a geopolitical firestorm. On April 22, 2025, 5 armed militants descended upon Baizaran Valley, targeting Hindu tourists. Armed with AK-47s and M4 carbines, they executed a brutal assault, segregating victims by religion before opening fire. The world reacted swiftly. The United States condemned the attack, urging both India and Pakistan to exercise restraint. Meanwhile, Pakistan denied involvement, calling for a neutral investigation. In retaliation, India suspended the Indus Waters Treaty, expelled Pakistani diplomats, and closed the Wagah-Attari border. Prime Minister Modi vowed severe consequences for those responsible. Pakistan retaliated by suspending the Simla Agreement, restricting trade and closing airspace. Border skirmishes erupted along the line of control, escalating tensions. India's threat to divert water from the Indus River sparked fears of a water war. Pakistan, dependent on these rivers for agriculture, viewed this as an existential threat. The United States reaffirmed its support for India, emphasizing the need for a responsible resolution. However, it stopped short of directly blaming Pakistan. Skirmishes along the line of control became more frequent. Both nations mobilized troops, and the threat of a full-scale war loomed large. Both India and Pakistan have carefully calculated their moves, understanding that any misstep could lead to an all-out war. India's military superiority in the air, coupled with Pakistan's ground defense strategies, creates a complex web of potential escalation. With both nations bracing for conflict, the global community watches with bated breath. The United Nations calls for an emergency meeting as countries around the world prepare to take sides. Amidst the geopolitical posturing, it is the innocent civilians who suffer the most. Families are torn apart, and entire villages are displaced as both nations prepare for war. Militant groups from both sides have fanned the flames of conflict. Pakistan-based militant organizations launch cross-border raids, while India responds with targeted strikes. As both India and Pakistan shut down diplomatic channels, the fallout is felt globally. International relations sour as neighboring nations choose sides, exacerbating the already volatile situation. The threat of water scarcity becomes a central weapon in the conflict. India's decision to divert water from the Indus River system raises alarms in Pakistan, already facing severe drought conditions. As both sides prepare for war, military assets are mobilized at an unprecedented scale. Indian forces conduct a large-scale exercise, while Pakistan prepares its forces for retaliation. The U.S. remains a key ally to India, providing military aid and intelligence support. But America must tread carefully, as any escalation could pull it into a direct conflict with Pakistan, a nation it has historically supported. As tensions escalate, the threat of nuclear warfare becomes a terrifying reality. Both India and Pakistan possess nuclear weapons, and the world holds its breath, hoping that the situation does not spiral out of control. China's role in the conflict cannot be ignored. A longtime ally of Pakistan, Beijing has been monitoring the situation closely. Will China intervene to protect its strategic interests in the region? As war threatens to break out, global markets react. The conflict has already destabilized economies, and the long-term ramifications on trade, oil, and international investments are severe. As India and Pakistan stand on the brink of war, the entire world watches in fear. The question remains, can diplomacy hold, or is this the beginning of a conflict that will change the course of history?